Okay, Carson, we're rolling. Thanks for being here.
Happy to be here.
What can you tell me about the Wandering Buffalo?
The Wandering Buffalo is a hotel in downtown, right on the outskirts, kind of out of the hustle and bustle of things on East Main. We're a small 38 key boutique hotel. So, with that boutique atmosphere and us being so small, we have a really cool product to offer. It's very cozy, and when the hotel's full, it almost feels like a slumber party.
Yeah, yeah. And so what's your position there?
I'm a hotel manager.
Okay. Yeah, you guys have been open. What you said that was last September?
We opened August 2nd of last year, so we're almost at a year.
Okay. And I know when you guys did that opening, there was an event that you had, so I
hmm
vaguely remember, but please refresh my memory and anyone's
Yeah,
memory of
we
what to expect and what it is.
yeah, so we had a grand opening last September, so it was a little bit more than a month after opening, and it was a good little party. We basically just did the same thing for a summer kickoff party last week, and it was a really good turnout. We'll probably do another one here in or September of this summer to end the summer and maybe celebrate our 1 year.
Nice. So what should anyone expect? What do the rooms look like? Maybe it's weird to just describe what hotel rooms look like, but I think they're a little bit unique for sure.
Yeah, so how I would describe our hotel and the hotel rooms is everything makes you want to touch it. It's a lot of different patterns and textures, and that was a very intentional thing that our ownership did. All of the furniture, a lot of it's custom made. A lot of it is beautiful leather that is going to look great over time as it scratches and wears. And then the carpets and headboards are very bold patterns. So everything just makes you want to touch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm just trying to think of a good description of it, but it looks like more kind of custom home a little bit than hotel room.
Yeah, so that's kind of where the boutique feel comes in. We have elevated choices that are in the rooms, and that was very intentional. And then, yeah, just very cozy and Western inspired.
And in the remind me, there's like a bar or restaurant or anything that's part of it.
We have an espresso bar in the
Okay.
lobby, and that is mostly for our guests, but occasionally we get people walking in saying, I heard you have coffee. And we're happy to give it to them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So it is technically like the public could walk in if they
Yes,
just wanted to grab a
absolutely.
coffee.
hmm
Yeah, that's a good thought because I live right down the street. I'll keep that in mind now.
Yeah, we serve Rockford all day.
Oh, right on. Do you know much about it? Because we were just talking that it was vacant for a while. It was
hmm
I think it was around like pre-COVID. It was open, but it was a little bit of a rundown motel, and then it was closed for a while. Do you remember what it looked like before any of this, or had you been there or no?
I've only seen pictures online,
Yeah,
um, but we did almost a full remodel. Our ownership did, and it made a huge impact. We've had a lot of guests come in that stayed at the Western Heritage Inn, and they're like, "Whoa, this is a completely different space." So yeah, they purchased it in 2020, and then it sat for like 4.5 years.
yeah, and now it's open.
It is. It's open.
How do you guys compete or differentiate? I mean, you do to the extent with just the way the hotel is set up, but it's such a there's so many hotels right now.
A
So,
lot.
do you guys do anything in particular that helps you stand apart? Before we keep rolling with today's episodes, I want to tell you about someone who changed how we show up as a business. When clients land on our website, we hear the same thing over and over. It just feels right. Amy of Unbridled Form asked us questions we'd never thought to ask ourselves, helped us figure out the deeper identity underneath our services, and translated that into a brand world we're genuinely proud of. Our ongoing partnership is easily one of the best investments we've made. Learn more at unbridledform.com. Now back to the show.
Yeah, I think that with us being so small, we almost have a little bit of an advantage in bringing that welcoming, homey feeling. Our staff and myself, there's rarely a guest in the hotel that I haven't spoke to or my assistant hasn't spoke to. Um, so it's always just a very welcoming and homey feeling. And I think that that is what a lot of people are looking for when they are traveling out of town with their family and friends.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a nice compliment to Montana
Yeah.
when you walk into. I mean, I think about that when I think of the Bozeman Airport.
Mm-hmm.
That everyone that that I see that flies in that's visiting says it does not feel like an airport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everyone wants that cozy feel and that true hospitality.
Yeah. So what do people get when they stay with their like? Is there any really great goodies that are provided with their stay, or is it pretty standard?
So, mostly our furry friends get the best goodies, but in our rooms, they're all equipped with Nespresso machines. So they have an elevated coffee experience in the rooms. And then we spend a lot of time picking out the best of the best and things that are in the rooms. And then we have a lot of extra things that are upon request. Just about anything a guest could ask for, we have it.
Okay, and so I guess what you were alluding to is that dogs are allowed there.
Yes, dogs, well, pets in general, but dogs are the most common. And they get treated like royalty in our
Nice.
hotel.
Yeah. What have you guys? I mean, I guess you guys have almost a year now. Has there been a time in the last 12 months that you guys have been the busiest, or is there like a time of year you're trying to cater to, or you're?
Mhm.
I mean, I guess ideally you're full all year round, but is there times you're really busy and times you're not?
Yeah, so with this being our first summer, we recently got to experience the hotel filling up almost every night, and that was the month of June.
Nice.
And that was the busiest we've ever seen it. It was very exciting, and it was very hustle bustle, which our tiny hotel didn't have a lot of during the winter with the weather. So it was a really great experience, and that's following us into July, August, September. So I think summer is going to be our busiest time for sure because that's tourism peak. But
Yeah. Have you guys been able to hold it together with it being that busy?
yeah, we have.
Nice. How about staffing? Has that been like tough for the hotel or?
Staffing is, um, I wouldn't say tough. I think our opening crew has been absolutely amazing, and a lot of the staff that we still have on opened the hotel with us, so they've been here since the beginning. It's a small hotel, so realistically, you don't need too many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you said 38 rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, what are the big hotels downtown? Like the
Like, big would be like the Armory,
uh
probably.
what are they 100 rooms or no?
They're either 100 or a little less than that, maybe. But
Okay. How about locals? Like, do you guys try to work with the locals? Do locals use your hotel? How does any of that
yes.
work?
So, local businesses, Montanans in general are very important to us. So we feed into the community as much as we can. So for locals, and basically anyone in the state of Montana, we offer locals discounts so they can stay at our hotel, or their family and friends that are visiting them can stay at our hotel for a discounted rate, which I feel like is nice since Bozeman. There's a lot of transplants,
Yeah, yeah.
so people have to visit them. And then local businesses, we also have a local business rate to help support them with anyone they may have traveling in. And then we also offer an MSU rate for that
Oh, nice.
discount. And then there's also our mercantile, which is in our lobby. We sell retail, and we've partnered with all of that is almost 100% locally made items. So we have Intrigue Ink, we have Grizzly Chews, we have just so many different locals, and we keep adding to the shop all the time. I'm about to add some West Paul items here in
Oh,
the next
nice.
couple weeks, and then we serve up Rockford coffee all day.
Yeah, I guess I was going to ask you that. Is there, because you do have some local partnerships, are those most of the ones you work with? Because you just mentioned another one you guys work with.
Yeah, so yeah, we work. I try to source almost everything we can locally. So that includes our guest experiences, where we
Mhm.
want to send them to, and also the things that we sell and gift.
Nice. Is there any, some people do like corporate events or anything? There's not really any, is there event space in that hotel or no?
So our lobby does double as event space, but it's looking for those more intimate events.
Yeah.
I host a monthly book club there, which is called Girly Pop Bozeman, if you've heard of it.
Oh, I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have their book club there every month. And then we've had a few other just small, intimate things. And most of the time they flock to around the fire pit or they'll take up the lobby.
Yeah. And there's that nice spot outside of that courtyard.
Yes. Our garden area has the fire pit and plenty of seating. And it's just really beautiful in the summer.
Yeah. What is girly pop? Because I think I saw Sam with Howdy Bozeman did something recently on social media with them. But
Yeah,
that
he
was
did
the
a
first,
hike with them.
that was the first time I'd heard of him.
So Girly Pop Bozeman is Riley and Rachel are their names, and Rachel's from here, but Riley moved here recently from New York, and she wanted to make friends, so she made a TikTok video inviting a bunch of girls to meet up with her in Bozeman, and they showed up. So now it's turned into this awesome little thing that they've created, and they do monthly meetups and parties and events and book club.
Are you in the book club?
I'm not in the book club, but I do occasionally attend the events.
Yeah. How come Sam got to go? He's not a girl. Did he get a special one off because he was promoting it?
Sam's kind of welcomed everywhere. Everyone universally loves Sam, I think.
Fair. What else should people know about this hotel? Like, is there different rooms? Is there options with like, I guess a king or two queens or any of that?
Yeah. So our standard room types are 2 queen or a single king. And then we also have suites in the hotel. We have king suites. We have 2 of those, which offer enough space to sleep comfortably 4 people. And then we have a 1-bedroom king suite, which comfortably sleeps like 6 people. And then we have a queen suite, which is like 4 people comfortably.
Nice. Are you guys, how booked out are you guys right now? If somebody like listened to this and wanted a room.
Well, if they wanted a room, then we'd probably be able to fit them in. Our booking window is usually within that 72 hours prior to arrival. So.
Okay. What else should people know about Carson? What should they know about you? How'd you get into this world?
Yeah, I started out as a housekeeper back in 2017. I worked in Yellowstone National Park. And then I did a couple seasons of that. And then I bopped around to some other parks working other hospitality jobs. And then I went to Big Sky Resort and I started working there, entry-level position, got into housekeeping management, and then I did that for 5 years and became an AGM about a year and a half ago, and now I'm a hotel manager.
That's a fun progression. Hi, folks. Quick note from me. If you don't already know, the goal of Mountain Mule is to build real connection between Montana's businesses and the people they serve. And if you don't know what Mountain Mule is, we provide private transportation services and Yellowstone National Park tours. If this episode or any other has given you something worth thinking about, smiling at, passing along, I've got a small ask. Share it with a friend, text it to someone, consider following the show. Whether you're using our services directly or following and sharing the show, those simple actions help support this business as well as the businesses and guests that have been a part of the show. Thank you for supporting these Montana businesses, local jobs, and this beautiful state. Now back to the show.
It's been interesting. I had 9 years of this being my goal. I knew I loved hospitality and creating memories for people. Some of the best memories I have are with my family going on vacation, and I get to provide that to other people every day, and it's a lot of fun, and I'll probably do it the rest of my life, hopefully.
I was just out of town this last weekend, and I was just saying that it seems like what a lot of people remember the most on vacations and trips is the people.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Because you meet this one guy or girl and just have this experience.
Yeah, people are very impactful. I think more impactful than they give themselves credit for.
That's fun that you had that goal, though, and you made it to where you are.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Are you excited? Or are you like, why did I want to get to this
I'm
position?
very happy. I've been in this position since December of last year, and it's been the best 7 months.
Very cool. How did that compare from being at a much bigger place, maybe in Big Sky, to now in this boutique where you're, I mean, it kind of reminds me of like a small family business versus a big business where you have specialists, but in a smaller family business, you kind of have generalists doing everything because they need to.
Yeah, we're an independent hotel, and this is the first independent I've ever worked for. And I can honestly say that it has spoiled me in the best ways. I love that we get to create our own standards, and we're so small, and our staff is like a family. Um, and it's very personal. It's very personal with every guest and every employee. So yeah, I think that it's a huge difference in all the best ways.
Yeah. Did you feel when you were at a bigger, maybe corporate hotel chain that there was more restrictions?
Um, there, I wouldn't consider them restrictions, but the way a brand works is they know what works,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's already picked out for you.
That makes sense.
Hmm.
So now are you guys figuring out what works and picking it?
Yeah, and we can change it at any time if it's
Nice.
not. And that's a great freedom to have. We can turn Wandering Buffalo into the best thing it can be.
Do you know where the name came from?
So I asked our owner this recently, and he said that his mom came up with it. I
Okay.
have not gotten the full story yet, but his mom came up with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there when you walk in, is there a buffalo on the wall or something?
There is a bison. You can't really see it when you walk in, but if you're at the fireplace sitting area, you can see it. It's up on the wall. But we're mostly known for Winston, also known as Winnie, and he is our Kodiak grizzly bear that is in the lobby.
Oh, nice.
People come in even if they're not staying, and they take pictures with him. It's really cute.
There's a book that Steve Rinella wrote. I think it's called it's either American Buffalo or American Bison,
Mhm.
but I was most satisfied to get the clarity on the bison and the buffalo. It's just people using different terms for the same thing.
Yes. Yes. If you say it to the wrong person, they will correct you pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So buffalo in the term of the actual animal is very different from a bison. And they're not in our region of the world at all. But bison and buffalo in the United States is very much, it's basically the same thing to us.
Yeah. That's how I understood it. It was quite a few years ago that I read the book,
Yeah.
but
It just depends on how you grew up and the culture you grew up in. And that's how you perceive it.
yeah. Well, what else? What else should people know about you? You're from Alabama.
I am. I'm from Alabama.
And did you come straight from Alabama to Yellowstone?
Yes. So I was like 19 at the time, and I had never even been out west at all. And I moved to Yellowstone National Park, and I just loved the area, and I just kept coming back.
So what compelled you to do that?
Well, my brother actually, back in 2014, he worked a season in Yellowstone, and I just thought it was so cool. I was like, I have to do that.
Yeah.
And I did it.
Yeah, so I was probably around that age, like the age that you moved out here when I first came, because my sister was going to MSU and she just said, you got to come check this place out. But I've thought about that when I've talked to people that have done, different seasonal jobs at parks or resorts. And like, man, if I had wind of any of those jobs when I was younger, I probably would have done that, for better or worse, because I
Yeah.
know it becomes a lifelong thing of working seasonal jobs everywhere. But
Mhm.
what a cool opportunity to totally change your life and
Yeah.
see a different part of the country.
It's very life changing, and I worked other national parks as well from how much I loved it. So I got to live in some of the most beautiful places that people only vacation to.
Yeah. What's the contrast between Alabama and Montana?
The culture with people is actually very similar.
Okay.
People are very kind here. They're very kind in Alabama, that hospitality.
Mhm.
And then mindsets are also very similar. And the biggest difference, I think, is people here don't know how a peanut grows. And people in Alabama cannot fathom that there are people that live without air conditioning.
Yeah, you have to experience the climate.
Yeah.
And I was just on the East Coast, and it can be pretty miserable if it's hot and you don't. How does a peanut grow?
Do you know?
No.
It grows out of the ground. It's
Okay.
basically like a root that they grow in bunches, and you pull them up, and there's a bunch of them.
So there's not a peanut tree.
Not a peanut tree.
Is that what people assume?
A lot of people assume that, and I think it's a fair assumption.
Is Alabama known for their peanuts?
Where I'm from specifically is self-proclaimed the peanut capital of the world.
Oh, interesting. Okay, but you're saying people are pretty similar, culture's similar.
Yeah, it is very similar. Especially with the just like the what we do for fun here is very similar to Alabama. It's just it doesn't cross over into like winter sports, right? Because they don't have much of a winter there. But
so outdoors, rivers,
rivers, lakes. People want to be on the water, hiking.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it must have been refreshing to find this place in a different part of the country and find that a lot of it's similar.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm assuming all your hotel rooms are all air conditioned at the Wandering Buffalo.
They are.
Yeah, I think that's becoming a newer thing around here, but commonly people didn't have air conditioning that much.
I don't have air conditioning.
I don't either, and I'm fine with it. I sleep.
I'm fine most of the time. You know, usually the heat is about a week out of the year. It's not very tolerable, but
yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, you might need a fan.
Yeah.
For a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Okay, Wandering Buffalo. If people want to book, where do they find you guys?
They can find us on our website, but the quickest way to get to us is on Instagram. Okay. Wandering Buffalo Hotel and Lodge. Our link to our website's in there, and give us a follow.
Where do they find? Are you working at the front desk often or ever?
I do work at the front desk a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Are you answering the phones a lot?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. So they can call and ask for Carson and talk to you.
Yeah, they can talk to me or anyone on my team.
Cool. Well, thanks for doing this, and thanks for sharing what you guys do.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks, Carson. Thanks for listening, folks. You can find the full blog post for every episode, along with key takeaways and links at mountain-mule.com. If you haven't yet, consider following the show. That one small action helps these Montana businesses get seen, grow, and thrive, and it helps this podcast keep going too. If you know a business that would be a good fit for the show, we'd love to hear from you. Just reach out through the website or social. Thank you for supporting these Montana businesses. See you on the next show.